Hello, my dear students. A very warm welcome to all of you in Shri Jayendra Rank Zone. I am your friend and mentor for this subject, Principles and Practices of Accounting. In this lecture, we'll continue with Chapter 4, that is Inventories. This is lecture number 3. All concepts will be covered in the coming series of lectures. So let us continue. Okay, so let us continue with illustration 1. A manufacturer has the following record of purchases of a condenser which he uses while manufacturing radio sets. Date 4th December, quantity purchased is 900, per unit cost is 50. 10th December, the quantity purchased is 400, per unit cost is 55. On 11th December, quantity purchased is 300 and per unit cost is 55 over 19th December, the quantity purchased is 200 and per unit cost is written over here, that is 60. On 28th December, the quantity purchased is 800 and price per unit is 47. So total quantity purchased till yet is 2600 unit. I think it is clear to all of you. 1600 units were issued during the month of December till 18 December. So out of 2600, we had issued 1600 units. That means what? That 1000 units are there in the closing stock till 18 December. Till 18 December, 1000 units are there in closing stock. Let us calculate the value of closing stock. So basically, if we calculate over here 2600, this is the purchases minus issued 1600, 1000 is the closing stock. Now, from this 1000, this would be 1000, which one? So 1600, 1000, this would be this 800 and this 200. So 800 of 47 and 200 of 60. So from this 800, we have 800 units multiplied by rupee 47 and 200 units multiplied by rupee 60. So this would be 12,000 and 800 multiplied by 47 is 37,600. So the value of closing stock is value of closing inventory equals 3,000 37,600 minus 12,000. 37,600 and plus 12,000 equals 49,600 rupee. I believe you understood. I believe you understood this. Let us continue. The next method is LIFO, that is last in, first out. As the name suggests, the LIFO formula assigned to cost of goods sold the cost of goods that have been purchased last through the actual issues may be made out of the earliest lot on hand to prevent unnecessary deterioration in value. So, the closing inventory then is assumed to consist of earlier consignments because the latest consignment is already gone and issued, and its value is then calculated according to such consignments. Under this basis, we can say that goods issued are valued at price paid for the latest lot of goods on hand, which means inventory of goods in hand is valued at price for the earlier lot of goods. In the absence of the details of issue, the price paid for the earliest consignment is used for valuing the closing inventory. LIFO method is based on the principle of matching current cost with the current revenue, as cost of recently purchased or produced goods are charged to cost against such each sale. The cost of goods sold under this method represent the cost of recent purchases, resulting that there is a better matching of current cost with current sales. Let us see an example. Let us learn by doing an example. In the same example that we have done in the FIFO, let us calculate the value of closing stock using the LIFO method. Using LIFO method. So let's go to FIFO method. So we have to calculate this sum, this example by LIFO method. How we'll do it? So over here, total purchases is 2600 units, and out of 2600 units, the issue is 1600 units. 1600 units is issued. That means what? 800 unit is left, but we have to calculate that value of 800 units. In that case, what will happen? Purchase made on 4th December 900, then 5th December there is issue. 5th December we have issued 600. From this 900 we issued 600. That means what? 300 is pending over here. 300 is pending over here. I believe you understood how 300 is pending over here. Now, from on 10th December we again got 400 units. 11th December we purchased 300 units. On 12th December again we issued 400 units. So the previous unit is December 11, 300 units. This 400 units we must have issued 300 from here. 300 is issued from here, and 100 is issued from here, that is 400. So 300 must be pending over here because 100 is gone. 100 is gone, 300 is over here. 11, 12. Then on 19 and 28 we got 200 and 800. On 29 we issued 600. So we must have issued from the latest, that is this 600, 800. The remaining is 200. I believe you understood till here. The remaining is 200 units. So if we solve this by LIFO, the remaining closing stock is 300 multiplied by 5, 300 multiplied by 5.5, 200 multiplied by 6, and 200 multiplied by 4.75. So 300 multiplied by 5 equals 1500. 300 multiplied by 5.5 equals 1650. 200 multiplied by 6, 1200, and 200 multiplied by 4.75, 950. Make a total 950 plus 1200 plus 1650 plus 1500, 5300. Okay. So kindly ignore this and refer the answer from there. Value of closing inventory by LIFO, 300 units multiplied by rupee 5, that is 1500. 300 units multiplied by rupee 5.5, that is 1650. 200 units multiplied by 6, that is 1200, and 200 multiplied by 4.75, that is 950. The total is 5300. This is the value of closing stock by LIFO. I believe you understood this. I believe you understood this. Let us continue. Let us write an example of LIFO. Suppose we purchased at the rate 12 rupees. Again we purchased at the rate 12.5. Again we purchased at the rate 13. And then we issued at the rate 18. What would be the value of closing stock? Okay, this we haven't not written. Just write 100 units purchased, 150 unit purchased, 100 unit purchased, and 150 units sold, that is issued. Calculate value of closing stock by LIFO, obviously. So 100, 150, 100 and minus 150 is issued. So last in, first out, this is the last in. 100 is already gone. From this 50, 50 is gone and 100 remaining. What is left? 100 units multiplied by rupee 12. This is left 1200. 100 units multiplied by rupee 12.5. 1250. This is left and this 100 is left. This is already gone. This is the value of closing stock as per LIFO. I believe you understood. Let us continue and see one more example. One more example. Purchased 100 units at the rate rupee 12, then issued 50 units at the rate 18, then again write purchases 150 units at the rate 13, then again purchased 100 units at the rate 12.5, then issued 100 units at the rate 19. Calculate value of closing inventory using LIFO. As you can see over here, this is issued and this is issued. 50 units must be issued from here. What is left over here is 50. So 50 multiplied by 12. 50 unit multiplied by 12. This 100 issued must be issued from here. So this is gone. So from this purchases 50 units are there. From this purchases 150 multiplied by 13 plus 150 multiplied by 13. This purchase is gone and this is issue. So 50 multiplied by 12, 600 plus 150 multiplied by 13, 150 multiplied by 13, 1950, 1950 plus 600 equals 150 multiplied by 13. So this is 600 plus 1950, 2550. 2550. This is the value of closing inventory. Let us see one more example. One more example of LIFO. Last in, first out. Purchased 200 units at the rate rupee 11. Issued 150 units at the rate rupee 19. Then again purchased 100 units at 12 rupees. Then again purchased 50 units at 12.5 rupees, that is 12 and a half. Then issued 100 units at the rate 20. Purchased 150 units at the rate 13. Issued 50 units at the rate 21. Calculate the value of closing stock. Calculate the value of closing inventory using LIFO. I believe you understood the question. You understood the question well. Let's try to solve this. Okay, so how do we calculate this example using LIFO method? Let's try to solve it. So first of all, what had happened? First of all, 200 unit purchased, then 150 issued. That means what? 150 must be issued from here, 50 is left. 50, just see it over here, 50 is left. Then we purchased 100, purchased 50, purchased 100, and then purchased 150. No, over here this is issued. Over here this is issue 100. So 100 must be issued from 50 over there, from here, and 50 must be issued from here. So 50 is issued, that means 50 is left. 50 is left. Then we purchased 150 and issued 50. So from here 100 must be left. I believe it is clear. So 50 units of 11 rupees is left. 150, then 50 units of 12 is left, and then 100 units of 13 is left. Just try to accumulate. 50 units of 11 is left. 50 units of rupee 12 is left, and 100 units of rupee 13 is left. So 50 multiplied by 11 is 550. 50 multiplied by 12 is 600, and 100 multiplied by 13 is 1300. Just do a quick total of it. It is 2450. This is the value of inventory, valuation of inventory as per LIFO method. Understood? Okay. Let us continue, and let's see illustration 2 that talks about LIFO. In the previous example, assume that following issues were made during the month of December. Record these issues. So December 5, 500 units, December 20, 600 units, and December 29, 500 units. Total 1600 units issued. But we have to record using LIFO. Okay. Okay, so just see the question over here. This is the question. On 4th December, 900 units purchased at 50. On 10th December, 400 units purchased at 55. 300 units purchased at 55. On 19th December, 200 units were purchased for rupees 60, and on 28th December, 800 units purchased for rupee 47. Total 2600 units purchased. Out of these units, out of these units, the issued part is given over here. Issued part, December 5, 500 issued. December 20, 600 units issued. December 29, 500 units issued. Fine, we'll try to solve it. So first of all, we'll write the purchases. 900 unit purchase, 900 unit purchased at rupee 50. This is December 5. This is December 4. Then on December 5, 500 units issued, 500 units issued at 500, and so on. Just make a table over here. Just leave this and make a table. It would be easier for us. Just make a table. Just write over here. First of all, we have date, then receipts, then issues, and at last the balances must be recorded, the balance inventory. It is December. Then in receipt we have quantity, rate, and amount. Over here we have quantity, rate, and amount. In balance we have quantity, rate, and amount. On 4th December, 900 units were received. The price was 50. The amount was 900 multiplied by 50, 45,000. There is no issue on this date. So the balance is 950, 45,000. On 5th December, there is a issues the quantity is 500. From 900, 500 quantity is issued. The rate was older one, that is 50. This is 25,000. So out of 4, 900, 500 is issued, 400 is left. So 400 multiplied by 50, 20,000. I believe you understood till here. On 10th December, again there is a purchases or receipts of 400 units at 55. 400 multiplied by 55 is 22,000. There is no issues on that date. The balance is 400, 50 the previous one, that is 20,000, and the new balance 400, 55, that is 22,000. I believe you understood this. Let us continue. On 11th of December, there is a receipt of 300 units at 55, 16,500. There is no issue on that date. 400 multiplied by 50, 20,000. This is the balance. 400 multiplied by 55, 22,000. This is the balance. And the new receipt 300 multiplied by 55, 16,500. This is the balance. This we need to record over here. This is to be recorded. Let us stretch these lines. Okay. On 19th December, there is a purchase, that is receipt of 200 units at rupees 60. Total 12,000. There is no issues on this date. So 400 multiplied by 50, that is 20,000. This is the balance. 400 multiplied by 55, 22,000. This is the balance. 300 multiplied by 55, 16,500. This is the balance. And 200 at rupees 60, 12,000. This is the new balance. I believe you understood till 19th December. Let us continue. On 20th December, there is a issue of 600. On 20th December, there is a issue of 600. So issue of 600. But how you will issue this 600? First we will issue from here. This 200 will be issued. 200 at 60 rupees, 12,000. Now this 300 will be issued. So 300 at 55, 16,500, and then the remaining 100 will be issued from 400. So 100 at 55, 5,500. From this 400 we had issued 100. So remaining this, so we need to record the final balances at last. Okay, so from here, this 400 multiplied by 50, that is 20,000 is left. And from this 400, 100 is left. This 400, 100 is issued. So 300 at 55 is left, that is 16,500. Let us stretch these lines. This is the balance. Now, on 28th December, again it is a receipt of 800 units at 47. 800 multiplied by 47 equals 37,600. In issues, it would be dash. Over here, it would be 400 multiplied by 50, 20,000. 300 multiplied by 55, this is 16,500, and then 800 multiplied by 47, this would be 37,000, 37,600. 37,600. So this was on 28th December. We'll do the recording now. Continue. Stretch these lines a bit. Stretch these lines. Twenty-nine December. This is issued 500 units issued on 29 December. Just see over here. So 500 would be issued from this 800. So out of 47, 500 multiplied by 47 is 23,500. And we need to record the balance. So 800 minus 500, the balance is 300 of 47, and these two balances will be carried forward. So the balance is 400 multiplied by 50, 20,000, 300 multiplied by 55, 16,500, and 300, which is left from this 800 at 47, 14,100. Just do a total of this 20,000 plus 16,500 plus 14,100. Close this. You can write over here on the top valuation of inventory, valuation of closing inventory, inventory using LIFO, valuation of closing inventory using LIFO. And over here, just write the cost of closing inventory equals 20,000 plus 16,500 plus 14,100. The total is 50,600. And just write over here for 1,000 units. For 1,000 units, this is the value of closing inventory. From where this 1,000 units came, we purchased total 2,600 units, and from 2,600 units, 1,600 units is issued. The remaining is 1,000 units. I believe it is clear. I believe it is clear till here. Let us move ahead. The third method is simple average price method. This is the next method, simple average price method. Simple average price for computing value of inventory is very simple approach. All the different prices are added together and then divided by the number of prices. The closing inventory is then valued according to the price ascertained. This method is generally followed by entities using periodic inventory method as it does not require efforts for identifying total closing inventory belongs to which consignment or which lot. Okay. So in the previous example, there were five, you can say the amounts was there. I'll show you. In illustration 1, 50, 55, 55, 60 and 47. We need to calculate a simple average. We need to calculate the simple average. Okay, so first see this example. In the same example that we have seen before, let us calculate the value of closing stock using average price method. Just see this example 5, 5.5, 5.5, 6 and 4.75. This is the 5 rates. This is the 5 price per unit. We need to make a sum of it, all the 5, and divide by 5. And then that should be multiplied by the 1,000 units, which is the closing stock. I believe you understood. So we are solving this sum using average method now. Let's see how we'll do it. So over here, 5, 5.5, 5.5, 6 and 4.75 is added together, divided by 5 because there are 5 prices, divided by 5. The average price is 5.35. We have 1,000 units in a closing stock. 1,000 multiplied by 5.35. The answer is 5350 rupees 5,350. This is the basically the value of closing inventory using average price method. Let us move ahead now. I believe you understood till here. Okay, so we will continue and let's see few examples in relation to this topic. Average method. Example on average method. Supposingly 200 units purchased, 200 units purchased at 11 rupee, then 100 units purchased at 12 rupee, then 50 units purchased 50 units purchased at 13 rupee. From this we issued 200 units. 200 units issued at the rate 18. Now we need to find out the average rate. We need to find out the average rate. How average rate will be calculated? Just write over here average rate equal to 11 plus 12 plus 13 divided by 3 equals 12. Valuation of closing stock. Valuation of closing stock equal to 200 plus 100, 250, 250, 200 plus 100, 300, 300 plus 50, 350, 350 minus 200, 150. So closing stock 150 units multiplied by rupee 12. So this leads to 1800. This leads to 1800. I think it is clear. Let's see one more example. One more example of average method, average cost method. 500 units purchased. 500 units purchased at the rate rupee 13. Then 100 units purchased at the rate rupee 12.5. Then 100 units purchased at the rate 13.50, and out of it we had issued 400 units. 400 units issued at the rate rupee 20. At the rate rupee 20. Let's calculate the average rate first. Calculation of average rate. How we will calculate the average rate? So this would be 13 plus 12.5 plus 13.5 divided by 3. This is equal to 13 rupees. So closing stock, valuation of closing stock. Closing stock will be units multiplied by 13 rupees. 500 plus 100, 600 plus 100, 700 minus 400, 300. So closing stock is 300 units multiplied by 13 rupees. This would be 3900. I believe you understood till here. You must have understood till here. Let us continue and see one more example. One more example on AVCO. Average cost method. AVCO. Purchased 200 units at the rate rupee 12. Purchased 300 units at 12.5. Again purchased 100 units at 12.75. Again purchased 200 units at 12.5, and then issued issued 500 units at rupee 20. Okay, let's calculate average cost first. Let's calculate average cost first. So average cost equals over here. How you will calculate the average cost? Students, just see over here, 12.5 and 12.5 is repeating twice. So this price is same. So how we will calculate the average? We'll write 12 plus 12.5 plus 12.75 divided by 3. Calculate it properly. So the average cost is 12.416666, 12.41 only. Okay, 42, 12.42. Let us value the closing stock. Closing stock 200 plus 300, 500 plus 100, 600 plus 2, 800, 8 minus 5, 300. So closing stock 300 units multiplied by 12.42, 12.42 multiplied by 300, 3726, 3726. Value of inventory as per average cost method. Fine. Let us continue. Let us see illustration 3. This illustration talks about, in the same example of manufacturer of radio sets, that was illustration 1, let us calculate the value of closing inventory using average price method. Using average price method. We'll go to illustration 1 first. Illustration 1. Just see it over here. Average price. So 50 plus 55 plus 55 plus 60 plus 47. So this is the way we will calculate the average price. Fifty plus 55 plus 55 plus 60 plus 47 divided by 5 equals to 53.4. 1000 units. 1000 units is valued at 53.4, that is 53,400. Now students, one thing you should understand over here, this is average price method. For all the price we are doing average. So we have done this. We have done this. The next topic is weighted average price method. The next topic is weighted average price method. We will continue from the weighted average price method in the next class. We will continue with the weighted average price method in the next class. Let's see what we have done today. So in today's class we have seen priorly the LIFO method. We have done several questions in relation to LIFO. So this was LIFO. Then we have seen several examples in relation to LIFO. And then we had seen a simple average method. From here we will continue in the next class. Thank you.